What's up, tubes? We got one wand left over at CobraCraft Handmade Wands on Etsy.com. Put the link in the description box below. And just because over 20 people have the wand in their cart doesn't mean that you can't purchase it. Because if it's still listed on my page, then it's still for sale. Maybe a lot of people don't have the money right now and they want to buy it real bad, so they'll save it in their cart. And, I get that. But it's available to ship out as soon as I get the money for the order. So as soon as you buy it, it's all ready to go with a note and everything. It's got a handwritten autographed note of thanking the customer for the purchase and everything, so it's ready to go as soon as it's ordered. I got some Teespring money that I can use to help start another batch of wands. Make it a little bit bigger so I can make some more money. Got my internet paid and I got it set up for automatic payment so that way I don't gotta travel to their new location very much. And their new location they have for Spectrum kicks ass. It's big, it's spacious, they have room for their phones. But that's a bit out of the way for me, so having automatic online payment set up is much, much easier. And yes, the yellow wand, just like all the other wands, has a glow-in-the-dark tip on the end. The only complaint, I don't really think I particularly care for this feature, but when people leave a negative review on Etsy, you can't delete it. You can only publicly respond to it. And people are leaving these really shit reviews to try to fuck with my business. And I have anecdotal proof. I've gone to the Gothic King Cobra subreddit. There's literally an article titled, "Who's down to mess with Josh's only source of income? Who's down to boycott CobraCraft wands?" And people sitting there bragging like, "Not to brag, but I've boycotted it since day one." Oh, this is fucking great. Okay, I gotta read you some of these. So this is how much I give a shit about my trolls, right? I'm able to go to the subreddit where they make fun of me, read the comments out loud, and laugh at it hysterically, because this is fucking good. CobraCraft wands. We Google it, and right there, CobraCraft wands, KINGCOBRAJFS Reddit. November 14th, 2018. Welcome to the cancer of the internet, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Gothic King Cobra subreddit. An entire subreddit dedicated to fans and trolls alike, I've noticed. There are some people who come on here and defend me, and I appreciate it. But then there are some people who come on here just to talk shit, and it's fucking sad, dude. Like, these people literally have no life. In fact, if you don't fucking believe me, I'll put a link to it in the description box below. These people are fucking obsessed with me, whether they want to admit it or not. They need serious psychological help. Go out and enjoy the sunshine and try to get a life, but I don't think that's possible. Who is down to boycott CobraCraft wands? Question mark? So I'm going to read you a couple of these off the page. It's pretty gold. Like whenever I'm having a shitty day, I'll pop onto the Gothic King Cobra subreddit and be like, could these asshole trolls suck my dick any harder? This would have to be done as a collective, of course, but who is down to boycott Josh's only source of income? Get the wheels spinning into or out of this saga. uh, uh, and of course, we got a lot of these comments like, this is easy for me. I have to change nothing. Not to brag, but I was the first to do nothing. See, this is the society we live in. People are literally bragging about doing nothing. Slow clap for you. You know, I'm proud of my wand business, but you don't see me bragging about it. I'm trying to be humble about it. So, me being humble is something to brag about. Exactly. I have never given him money and I never will. And you don't have to, you know. If I'm willing to go out collect sticks, even when it's cold, even when it's the middle of the winter, snow hitting me in the fucking face, I still do it. I collect the sticks, bag them up, take them back to my apartment, carve them. You know, get home, put on a hot pot of coffee, and wait to warm up a bit, get some caffeine in my system, and crank them sons of bitches out. And then you get comments like this, which are especially funny. This, I wished him the best at first, hoping a mentally ill human could find a way to make a living, though I wasn't going to fund it myself. But after seeing how he spends his money, I fully oppose the entirety of his operation. You know what's funny about that comment, YouTube, in all honesty, is they act like I'm spending their money. If people are willing to buy a wand from their favorite YouTuber, who am I to judge? Another person writes, I've never bought one, so technically I've boycotted the wand business / store all along. But people will always buy them. Your energy is wasted on this venture, my friend. That I like. Here's a guy openly being a troll and being stupid, but also admitting that, yeah, you know, you people are wasting your fucking time. So, wipe the cum stain from my cock off your mouth. Go out and experience life. One person writes how they have a kid, they would love to buy one. They look like they're made of high quality. So, see, this is what I'm talking about. You get a comment where, you know, you see people supporting it, but we're not here to focus on that. Never bought one, never will. This is one of my few ways to. This is one of the few ways to summon Clint to the subreddit. Oh, someone's jealous that I have a dad who cares. Aw. You think you were being funny with your widow troll comments? I didn't think. I don't think he's close to market saturation yet. He's only sold to a little over 1% of his YouTube fans. And that's just the thing of it, YouTube, is as I get more subscribers on YouTube, that's more customers for my merch and for my wands. Never have and never will buy. A collective, you say, like some kind of internet collective? Yeah. It's sad. It really is. Snails is so desperate for attention, it's pathetic. I feel sorry for him. uh, you know, if Snails jumped into a goddamn car, would it be escargot, put some salt on it, and eat a bag of Asperger's? I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg, people. This subreddit. I mean, if you're a fan of my videos, I wouldn't venture too deeply into it just because it'll piss you off. there are a lot of people who are diehard fans of my videos, and, you know, unless, of course, you want to create a subreddit account and start fucking with these assholes back, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you fuck with somebody who has a fan base like mine. And even though the subscription count doesn't show it, there are a lot of people who watch my videos and they're not even subscribed. They'll just tune in whenever I make a new one, when they can, you know. So, that being said, but the Gothic King Cobra JFS subreddit has 3.6k says 3.6k YouTubers. Huh. See, I've gotten a lot more subscribers since then, so... In fact, how many subscribers do I have? Let's take a look, shall we? It's always good to watch the numbers increase. 8,657 subscribers. Nice. Now, my last video got 13 likes and 29 dislikes. My point exactly. I make a video trying to spread awareness and show that I'm somewhat of a compassionate person, even though I can be a major asshole sometimes. And it gets hate. It is what it is, tubes. Remove. Are you okay? You look like you're crying, bro. This is the problem with being a male. You can't show any emotion. You're supposed to just be an emotionless pig. Otherwise, society looks at you and says, you're not masculine enough. And that, folks, is what I call toxic masculinity. I thank you. And then you read comments like this, and people are starting to get it, you know. I mean, you can't focus on the assholes that get to you or try to get to you, you know. I mean, they have gotten to me in the past, I'm not gonna lie. But if you become a fucking famous YouTuber, you learn to just deal with it. It's part of the territory, I suppose. I mean, if you've been picked on your entire life, you're sort of desensitized to it at this point. So in a sick fucking way, it makes it easier to deal with. You take somebody who's never been bullied in school and they start a YouTube channel, all of a sudden they're getting all this fucking hate for just having an opinion. You know, most people don't know how to deal with it or take it. You know, and that's just the thing of it too, YouTube. I was watching the YouTube channel Special Books for Special Kids. You know, because that kind of shit puts shit into perspective. You know, you think you're having a crap day. And then YouTube gave me this documentary as a suggestion, would you like to watch this? And I did. By the end of it, it was just, I don't know, dude, it got to me a little bit. And I'm secure with my masculinity to a point where, you know, if I cry on camera a little bit, who fucking cares? That shows I'm more of a man than you are. All these trolls talking shit. Fuck them. Let's see. currently tracking an order of pheromone soap that I ordered. Views the order. Just says on its way. It might not get here till like Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday. Every time I've ordered the soap, it's usually gotten here pretty quickly, so. Let's see. Easy Post in transit. Arriving on time as of 12 o'clock a.m. July 11th. So I can literally track it until it gets, which is nice. You know, the Bond pheromone soap's a nice touch because not only does it smell good, but it helps the ladies overlook my autism. And that's the thing of it, YouTube. Whenever I see people who are struggling worse than I am, you know, for me, it puts shit into perspective. And it makes me grateful that it's not as worse as it could be. You know, it's not as worse as it could be. So if you want to buy a wand, you know, cool. Appreciate it. I had several people tell me you'd never make a living, no one's gonna buy a fucking wand, and here I am proving them wrong. And that's just it. People can't stand it when people with disorders are determined and they have that fighting spirit, you know. It drives them fucking nuts. What is it about that turns people into assholes? I've never understood that. You see this motivational story of someone overcoming all odds, and it just gets a bunch of hate. I've never quite understood it. Now, when you see this subreddit post, keep in mind that these assholes have fucked with my income for years now. You know, they've tried to fuck with the last job I have. It didn't really work. I end up quitting because I wanted to pursue my wand business. But they did fuck with my Wendy's job, and you know, that's some ass backwards bullshit. I made a video complaining about a rude customer and how I handled it professionally, and I got fired for it. Now keep in mind, I put in 4 loyal years of service to Wendy's. And when you work a fast food job, you put up with a lot of crap. Working a fast food job is literally a thankless job. You know, but it's honest. It's an honest job, you know. Oh, some fat ass just clogged the toilet, and guess what? No one wants to do it, so they give it to you to unclog. Oh, look, the bathroom's floated a little bit. We need you to mop it up. Sure thing. And then you get the assholes who deliberately make a mess because they're too fucking lazy to go to the trash can. Oh, fuck it, he'll take care of it. Oh, they'll take care of it, you know. And that's just it. Whenever I go to a restaurant, I try to be as clean as I possibly can at the table because working the food industry can be a thankless job sometimes, like I said, you know, and that's just it. You wouldn't make that mess in your own goddamn house, so why do it to someone else? No, it was just an ordinary day. I was cleaning tables for the lobby, you know, and these 2 little girls had come in to eat with what I presumed was their grandmother or whoever. older woman, and little kids are curious by nature. They have no filter, so of course they ask questions. They see me cleaning tables, and they asked a very simple question to this older woman: "What's he doing?" And the woman had this snotty ass tone in her voice. "Oh, he's cleaning tables. He does that for his job. Sad, isn't it?" And by that point, I had dealt with so much crap on YouTube outside of Wendy's that I was like, dude, I'm not gonna let this fucking fat bitch get to me. Pardon my French. I no longer work for that company, so I'll say what I'm gonna say. So I just smiled politely at her and didn't say a fucking word and just kept on doing my job, you know? Customers standing in the lobby who saw that shit go down were like, yo, Gothic King Cobra's professional. Hell yeah. That bitch was rude. Didn't say a fucking word, just collected my trays, got the tables washed, went back to washing my trays. You know? And so, yeah, when I got off of YouTube, got off of work and got onto YouTube, I was like, okay, you know, what gives with that bullshit? I don't go to her fucking job and talk shit. And here's the thing of it, she probably expected me to be a rude asshole, but about 2 weeks before that incident happened, you know what I'm saying, a customer had went up to a cashier at Starbucks and asked for a cookie straw. That's all she did. There was a minor misunderstanding with the way things were ran. I don't know how it happened. But next thing you know, the cashier was flipping out on the customer. And the customer wasn't even being rude at that point at Starbucks, you know? And some dickhead with the cell phone films it because that's our society. Oh, look, there's drama going down. Let's film it and put it on YouTube. And the video went viral. Starbucks may or may not have fired that customer, or I mean, the worker, and the customer got, yeah, you know what I meant. The customer got reimbursed with the Starbucks gift card. They apologized to her, and the worker may or may not have lost their job. So I wasn't about to lose my job over a rude ass customer, but that's just how it played out. And anybody who's high up in corporate knows about rude ass customers. That's how they got to the top. But if I hadn't gotten fired from Wendy's for that stupid shit, I wouldn't have gotten my last job. And if I hadn't worked my last job, would I be working on my Etsy store right now? Probably not. It's funny how life works, you know. I mean, these trolls would call my work and they would harass my managers and harass me. You know, and it's like, okay, I don't go out of my way to fuck with your living. So what gives you the right to do it to me? You know, just because I have autism, you think I'm an easy target. That's bullshit. Oh, there he goes playing the card again. Well, you know, they're not picking on me because I'm a male with muscles. They're picking on me because I'm a goth autistic. I stand out. I'm not just some fucking sheep. I gotta say that. H2O, yeah. And when life kicks you in the bollocks, you get back up and say, is that the best you got? Dust yourself off. I'm still standing, motherfucker. You have to be like that with life. Otherwise, life will tear you the fuck apart. If you let life get to you, you're going to have a very miserable life. It's the truth, YouTube. You let life get to you, you're gonna have a bloody, miserable life. You know, there is a sexy ass goth chick that I'm sweet on here in town. I haven't talked too much about it because it's really none of your people's business, you know what I'm saying? And these trolls scared off my last crush, and you know they thought, oh hey, this'll stop him from dating, so he'll bitch about it, because that's what they want. Like this guy has autism and he struggles socially, so let's make it worse. To them, it's a sick game. But when I start winning, it pisses them off. Oh, does it piss them off? Now, if the chick I'm sweet on doesn't go out with me, it's whatever. It'll suck, but it's not the end of the world. You know, there's dating websites. You know, Casper's small, but there's a lot of hot goth chicks here in town, and hot chicks in general. I'm just saying. Yeah. But I tend to think when a chick looks at you and her whole face just lights up, like, hey, who's this guy? Just saying. Be as evasive as I can about the situation. Yeah. Yeah. No, eventually it's gonna happen, YouTube. I'm gonna find the goth chick of my dreams who wants to be by my side, and she's gonna be like, "Fuck your trolls. I don't give a shit what they think. I want you." And all this griping and bitching about the dry spell that I did a couple months ago, several months ago, as a matter of fact. So I don't complain about it anymore. I don't. I've had a complete attitude adjustment towards it. You know, there are people out there who have it way worse, and you want to complain because you haven't got your dick wet. Boo fucking who. You know, if I got to go out with this goth chick that I'm sweet on, I want to get to know her personality first, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her to have that with me until she's comfortable with me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a gentleman like that. You know. I fucking hate it, YouTube. If dudes are friend zoned, it's seen as demasculating. Like, oh, haha, you fucking pussy, you got friend zoned. No. Stop that. There's nothing wrong with getting friend zoned. Because I guarantee you, if you're going through a dry spell, you'll appreciate any contact a female gives you, even if it's just as simple as her sitting next to you and having a casual conversation. And whether or not I was going through a dry spell, whether or not is irrelevant, YouTube. You know, that's actually a fair point. You know, for me personally, I don't have to be physical with a woman to appreciate her company. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just how I am. Like, I don't have to be romantically physical with a woman to appreciate her company. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dry spell or not, that's the fucking truth. And fellas, if you take notes on this creepy autistic goth might teach you a thing or two about how to treat the ladies. See, here's the thing of it. Women who rejected me in high school can fuck off. I don't care anymore, dude. I'm a fucking famous YouTuber. Funny how life works out like that. So if you're being rejected by chicks when you're younger, that could change when you're much older, so don't worry about it if it happens when you're younger. Because now I got a bunch of chicks that follow me on social media, so, you know. And I don't mean that in a negative way, I'm just saying, like, what the fuck's your boyfriend doing for shits and kicks? I mean, yeah, some of the chicks didn't like me, but some of the chicks, come on. Yeah. I was a mischievous little shite when I was younger. Before going to a before going to a community center dance with my schoolmates, I raided my parents' liquor cabinet and drank a shit ton of Bacardi. And I got caught because my parents went to go make Tom and Jerry's at Christmas time, and they're like, "Why's all the Bacardi gone?" Josh, goddammit, you. I was like, "Oh shit." But I remember that night fondly. I got into a fight, won the fight, talked my way out of a ticket with a cop, and danced with a bunch of hot girls. It was fucking awesome. You know, like, I didn't give a shit what people thought of me. I was like, I'm doing my thing. Y'all can fuck off. I don't care. Whatever. You know. You know, that's just the thing of it. If you're too much of a nice guy, chicks are gonna walk the fuck all over you like you're a cigarette butt. Just, nope. It's the truth, dude. Like, if you're too nice, you're gonna get walked all over by people in general, not just women. If you're too nice of a person, people will fuck you over. If you're too mean of a person, nobody's gonna want to be around you. They're like, oh, that guy's a fucking asshole. So you gotta kind of find a common ground. Don't go out of your way to be an asshole if you can help it. But if people are rude to you, be rude right back to them. If they don't like it, then they shouldn't have started it. That's how I am. I don't go out of my way to bully people anymore. I used to. If I didn't like you, oh yeah, I'd bully the shit out of you. But, you know, that was younger, you know. Yeah. These days, if I don't like you, I don't mess with you, man. Like, do I know this person? No, I do not. No, but the comment on this subreddit makes me laugh because your business venture attempt at destroying it or whatever the fuck they want to call it isn't gonna work because people are always gonna want to buy one. Oh, it's the truth. I mean, there's like one left, so you know, which would be a good time to restock. Ooh-wee. This pipe thought video is 34 minutes long, almost 35. That's enough. And that's just the thing of it. People who create drama and talk shit on my YouTube channel you get blocked, your comments get deleted. And that's just it. I try to have more confidence in myself, and people think I'm being a cocky asshole. And I'm like, well, isn't that just so typical our fucking society? If you're too confident, or if you're confident in general, you're too confident, you're a cocky asshole. If you're not confident enough, you're shy and reserved. We live in a fucking judgmental society, YouTube. And to be quite honest with you, it's asinine. And here's the thing of it, you might have scared Summer away, you might have scared the last chick I wanted to ask out away. But you haven't scared girls away from me completely. I do have a couple of female friends here in town. You know what I'm saying? So, much like the comment made on the subreddits, your effort is what wasted, man. You know. That's just the thing of it, YouTube. If I don't let these trolls stop me from making videos, what makes you think I'm going to let these trolls stop me from talking to girls? I'm just saying. And you know, that kind of bothers people sometimes. They're like, oh, despite having Asperger's, he still tries to talk to chicks and shit. You know, instead of getting jealous of that because I'm having more success than you are, maybe, just maybe, you could have your own success, you know. A lot of people have said things like, oh, Josh needs to get laid. I know it's coming from a good place, but that's the wrong attitude to have. It's not a need, it's a want. I could sit here and say, fuck my bike. I want a Lamborghini with gold spinning rims. You know, I could sit here and say I need that shit, but truthfully, I don't need it. I mean, Lamborghinis are cool, but personally, I'd never own one just because, I'm more of a hot rod guy myself. Nothing against Lamborghinis or sports cars in general. They're cool, but no, to me, establishing a career is more important. And with each batch of wands I make, my wand business grows more successful. You know, I literally had the last two batches. I've had a customer from Wyoming. Like, I've had 3 customers from Wyoming alone. And Cobra Craft Handmade Wands does, in fact, ship internationally. Yes. All over the world. And it may be more expensive, but I do it. You know, I've shipped wands to the UK. I've shipped wands to Canada. Yeah. Of course, people are going to roll their eyes because as soon as I start talking about certain things on my channel, it's like, could you talk about something else? And I'm like, no. No. I want to help men and women get along better. So, no, I will not. I want to help men and women understand each other a bit better so they can relate to one another, which overall helps. So, no. And sometimes pointing out double standards to get men and women to understand each other, you know. Sometimes you gotta ruffle a couple of raven feathers to get people to take notice. But I've seen people use social media for good. You know, they use it to spread awareness, and you know, I've also seen people use social media to hurt others. You know, and you know, stop and ask yourself, how would it feel to be in that person's shoes? YouTube. A final note of observation, YouTube. What happens when you get trolled and fucked with for a number of years? You don't back down, you never give in, you never stop being yourself, you get better at guitar, you get more subscribers, and you don't let these fucking asshole haters get to you, and you fuck with them back, and it's 10 times harder than what they do to you. Eventually they're gonna give up, and like, this is no longer fun. He's not even getting upset anymore by this shit. Let's go pick on someone else. Guarantee it. Watch. You know how I know I'm right? It's because I've been seeing less and less hate comments on my channel as of recently. I might get like 2, 3, or 4 occasional bullshit comments, but you know, you're better off just blocking the person from your channel and deleting the comments. You know, because it's your YouTube channel. You have total control over it. Now, as soon as my money from Teespring gets in, I'm gonna get me some supplies to work on my next batch of wands. And yeah, there's like one left, so might as well make another batch anyways. And that's just it. I like making wands. It's a hobby. It's relaxing. It's, you know, it's time consuming. You know, it keeps me out of trouble. Most people would love to make money off of their hobby, but they can't, so they work any way they can. So instead of attacking somebody because they can make money doing their hobby, why not focus on bettering your own life as far as a career goes? Because the time you spend being jealous of somebody, that's time you could be spending bettering yourself. And ask yourself, why are you jealous of that person? And when you realize that, okay, so then you figure out, well, how can I get what they have? And you work for it. Now, telling you the truth, YouTube, anything worth having is worth working hard for. Because you're not going to get by in life slacking off or bullshitting, you know. I mean, it's fun to bullshit every once in a while, but you can't do it all the time because, you know, you won't get anywhere. You know. Hard work pays for itself, YouTube. I mean, I'm serious. Let's say you want a Lamborghini. You figure out what it's going to take to get it, and you make it happen. And sure, by the time you're 40, you can afford it. You're driving it around like, yeah, check me out. People are looking at you like someone's having a midlife crisis, and you're like, fuck those judgmental pricks. You worked your ass off for that. And now you're in a spot where you can afford it. So let them talk shit. And what the fuck is that? Somebody gets a truck with a lift kit. People sit there and say, oh, someone's compensating for their dick size. Someone drives a Prius because they're trying to be more eco-friendly and they get called a faggot. You can't fucking win. I mean, really. It's stupid. And to a further point on that, you got to be careful with these self-driving cars, man. You program something into your GPS, and unbeknownst to you or your GPS, there's a wall that's been set up, and your smart car just drives right into the wall and crashes itself. And you're not paying the fuck attention. You're sitting there on your phone doing this number. Whoa, what the fuck? I dropped my phone. Oh shit, my car crashed. How the hell did that happen? I mean, don't get me wrong, the technology's pretty cool, but you gotta be careful with that kind of shit. Me personally, I don't trust self-driving cars. I'd rather have something I can drive myself, because the whole point of driving is to put your cell phone away so you can focus on driving. We're so attached to our goddamn cell phones, we have to invent cars to make us more lazy. And I'm not here to judge people who have self-driving cars, because there are some circumstances where that comes in handy. But it'll cut down on drinking and driving. Okay, so maybe if you have like an Uber that has a self-driving car that's like for people who are too wasted and they need to get a ride home, I feel that. But there's a solution to that. It's called being a responsible drinker and being like, okay, I'm a little drunk, I need to cool off on the booze and, sober up a bit before I drive. Oh, but it'll help stop texting and driving. No, it won't, because what do you think people are going to be doing? Texting while the car drives itself. Which means people aren't going to be paying attention. They're going to be busy checking their Instagram feed and their Facebook feed and their, watching their favorite YouTubers. And so if the car crashes, they're not going to be paying attention. That's the thing you got to realize. With all this cool technology comes a price. People are going to be distracted. How do you turn this fucking thing on? Well, you got to push this button and then let it scan your thumbprint and then push this button and it'll start. Well, what if it runs out of juice? Well, then you got to program it to go to an outlet so you can plug it in. Okay? And that's just it. I think self-driving cars take the fun out of going to the DMV and getting your driver's license and actually getting it and be like, yeah, I studied real hard for this test and I got it, kind of thing, You can call me old-fashioned, but that's just how I see it. Self-driving cars are literally the self-checkouts of the automotive world. Oh, it's ridiculous. Like, you go to Walmart and you see the self-checkout. Like, half the store's got self-checkout and the other half's full of a couple registers. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You're taking jobs away from real people because you want to make it more convenient. I mean, I'll use self-checkout if I'm in a super big hurry and all the lines are super long. Okay, fine. That is, But I'd much rather use a cashier because that's giving somebody something to do. It's giving them a job. It's the American way. Let me get some more water and wrap this shit up. Now, it's complete horse crap, YouTube. Walmart doesn't give you a living wage, even though they make a shit ton of money. And then to add insult to injury, they make the self-checkouts. It's like, first we're going to fuck you on your wages, and then we're going to fuck you on your job. Welcome to Walmart. I'm just busting balls, YouTube, but no, seriously, like, fast food and businesses like Walmart make enough money as it is annually, billions upon billions of dollars. And I get that running a company and restocking your stuff, that takes money. I get that. But for as popular as Walmart is, there's no reason why workers shouldn't be able to have a fair minimum wage. You know? And do you think people are willing to work for crap wages? Sometimes you do what you gotta do, man. It's money in your back pocket, but at least it's an honest living. You know? And that's how I try to look at my wand business. It's an honest living. Some of the comments on this subreddit article were deleted, and some of them had said, it's probably just other autistics buying his wands or some shit like that. And I was like, oh, someone's jealous. And I don't go out of my way to bully people, so what gives them the right to do it to others who don't do it to them? You know, you try to avoid drama and you're sucked into it. That's the thing of it, YouTube. Don't let it get to you.